everyone, this is Angela Gotera with Daybreak Star Radio, and we are here at the 82nd Annual NCAI Convention and Marketplace. And today we're joined with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce who you are, where you're coming from, what you're doing here?
I would love to. Yama, everyone. My name is Nikki Moodie. I'm a proud Gomeroi woman from Australia, and I'm here visiting the Congress and to just learn some lessons from you all. And it's such a privilege to be here.
We're very happy for you to be here. And so, coming from a very far, far away, I mean, would you like to talk a little bit more about your position and how you got here and what you're hoping to achieve as well, specifically, any specific points?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm lucky enough to be here on a Fulbright Indigenous Scholarship. So in Australia, we have a partnership with the Fulbright Commission here to sponsor a Indigenous position in the Fulbright Visitor Exchange Program. And so I'm here for 4 months for the full semester to learn, to listen, to talk to people. I'm based at the Harvard Project on Indigenous Governance and Development for this semester, but in my day job, my normal when I'm not, on sabbatical and lucky enough to be here, I'm the head of Indigenous Studies at a university in Australia called the University of Melbourne. And so I'm just started, I'm really new to the position, but I'm hoping to take some of the lessons that I'm learning here back with me.
Yes, that is amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a very, very special and very important position, I'm very sure. Is there any goals that you have for that position specifically moving forward? If not, all good. You just started. There's a whole new horizon out there.
Oh yeah, but I've got my hustle on, right? So I'm going into this and I'm like, no, I've got ideas. And let me tell you another thing. But in Australia, I live in the state of Victoria, down the south part of Australia. And that state has just signed the first ever treaty between a government in Australia and First Nations people in our entire country ever. The rights context in Australia is basically non-existent. So we have no domestic dependent nations, we have no land grant universities, we have none of that. We have no rights enshrined in our constitution. It is a low rights environment is how we kind of talk about it,
term.
Right? Exactly. And so having this treaty, the first ever treaty that's ever been signed in Australia, it just happened last week.
Wow.
Right. And so First Peoples in the state of Victoria, Melbourne, where I live, are really just kind of stepping into this new era of self-determination and recognition. So I think that for people like me, I'm not from that state. I'm from a little further north. That's where my family's from. And I work for a colonial institution, right? I work for one of the oldest, richest universities in the country. And so that means that it's beholden upon me to start to figure out what's our obligation now? What are we responsible for? How do we work in service of First Nations communities in our state in this new treaty era? And that message here that I've just heard time and time and again of just be in service to nations, be in service to self-determination, be in service to your ancestors. And I just am really grateful to have heard that lesson so consistently in my time here. And that's just what I'm hoping to do.
Yeah, that is incredibly inspiring. And, freshly here in this position, you're bringing a really fresh and new voice. That's really important. So thank you so much for being that person and that light and that drive.
We're going to try.
Well, would you like to, you kind of wrapped that up, but would you like to give one last kind of message out there to not only just the people in Australia who you're fighting for, but, all these other natives who are also trying to fight for that same fight? Would you like to give a message?
Absolutely. I know our contexts are really different. The struggles that we have in our families and communities are unique, and they happen on our own lands individually. Our stories are not the same stories as our neighbors or our, our cousins sometimes, right? But we're all connected. We often have the same kinds of stories, and we often have the same kinds of solutions to the problems that we're facing in our communities. And I know that sometimes our political contexts can be really, really challenging, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity to learn lessons from other people. And I just think that if we can keep that dialogue going, that we can speak, that we can listen, that we can hear each other's stories and journeys, then I'm really excited for the future.
I love that. That was really nicely put. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here and for allowing us to interview you. This has been Angela Gotera with Daybreak Star, and we're here to indigenize the airwaves. Thank you.